teenage boy named Suk is sick and tired of his life. Because of his appearance, everyone looks at him with contempt and disgust. Even his father made the decision to go buy milk but never returned because he was unable to look at his face. But after crying for so long, Suk unexpectedly awoke as the most handsome man on the planet. As a result of his overweight and short stature, Hyung Suk is constantly bullied and called a loser. He experiences frequent physical abuse at his school from another student. He is made to behave and speak in a pig and dog manner, and if he fails, he will be severely punished. He is raised by his single mother in a rundown home and is unfortunate in his situation. He begs his mother for permission to transfer to another school, explaining that he can't get good grades at his present one because he is sick and tired of the unfair treatment. But because of her financial difficulties, his mother obliquely rejects his request. When bullies act out once more and punch Suk in the stomach, his day is just like any other. His mother shows up and calms things down. Although she strikes the bully for harming her son, Suk's reputation begins to be criticized by those in the vicinity. He apologizes to the bully and swears at his mother to stop his mom from continuing because he is embarrassed. Suk returns home regretting what he did to his mother, who was only trying to defend him. His mother announces that he is switching schools so that he can start over just as he is about to apologize. He moves into his new house with high expectations for a new beginning. He runs into a girl as he is moving through the city. The girl quickly apologizes to him as he's about to do so. He is relieved to see that it is not the same hostile environment as before because it is a new experience for him. He tries to smile confidently because he is so intent on reinventing himself. The guy who is with the girl notices Suk's smile when he gives her one. He confronts him, calls him a pervert, and publicly punches him. Numerous cameras are flashing all around him as he is being beaten into a pulp. When he returns home, he finds that he is being referred to as a pig in social media posts about him. He puts his phone down and bemoans his predicament until he nods off. The moonlight is shining on him as he looks in the mirror when he wakes up in the middle of the night, and he notices a strange but alluring face gazing at his reflection. He touches his face and body in a state of shock before realizing it is his own. He dashes back to his room and finds his actual overweight body sprawled out on the floor. He wakes up as the same fat dude after slapping his body. He is relieved to see his full arms again and considers it to be a frightening yet joyful dream. But just as he's about to fall asleep, he screams in terror at the sight of the attractive man dozing next to him. He tries to wake up the man but ends up returning to his body. The next day, when Suk shows up at school, everyone remarks on his good looks. They treat him as if he were a famous person. The students admire him as he makes his way to his room. So, with a smile on his face, he makes his first introduction. He runs into the girl and the guy he saw the day before there. Jin Seong is the name that the man gives himself. He introduces himself as well, despite his internal trembling, assuming that Jin Seong is unfamiliar with him. He stumbles upon a job posting for the night shift at a convenience store as he is making his way home. Despite his lack of experience, the owner hires him right away and gives him a sizable salary. He argues, though, that it's for his friend, his other self, rather than for himself. The owner treats him differently than his attractive self when he is in his original body, and hires him at a lower salary. He believes that whenever he doses off, a different body switches into existence that can be forcibly awakened. Jin Seong walks into the convenience store with a few other men. In order to be excused for the previous incident, he seizes some things and makes him pay for them. Jin Seong reads his nameplate as Suk tremblously approaches the counter and becomes agitated when he discovers that his name is the same as someone in his class. The group takes a picture of him half naked and battered after he gets angry and beats him up on the counter once more. If he reports them, they say his photos will be made public. When they depart, Suk collapses to the ground and sobs as he recalls all of his trauma. Suk overhears his coworkers discussing the photographs they took the previous day. They keep making fun of him and calling him a pig. He clenches his fist and interrupts the conversation when they bring up his mother and make fun of her. He advises them against criticizing the mother, to Jin Seong's displeasure. Jin Seong gets to his feet and challenges him to a fight. Suk deflects his opening blow before delivering another. Students are gathered in the room and are observing them. He becomes anxious as he is forced to attack the locker from behind and, surprisingly, is able to stop him by holding his fist. His recollections of abuse and hardships flash as the cameras pan around them. The taunts he received from others also begin to reverberate. Jin Seong lunges at him, and as his rage builds, he raises his fist and punches him in the stomach, sending him to the ground. The following day, Suk chases a man who is robbing a convenience store and is coerced into a fight by a gang. He is fortunately saved by Basco, a tall and commanding man. Suk learns that the burglar Jai-ho is a classmate who was bullied and forced to steal and run errands by the gang. Suk learns Basco is the head of a gang the following day. While they were still talking, Basco walked into the cafeteria and scowled at him. As a result of his anxiety, Suk tries to talk about yesterday, making Basco believe he is the bully's leader, thus enraging him. Suk begs his pardon and explains that he thought he was someone he had seen the day before. When Suk's bully classmates approach him and offer him a drink, he agrees, but he consumes so much alcohol that he loses consciousness. He regains consciousness in his own body and runs to the other body's location. There, he runs into the bullies from the convenience store, but they let him go because he claims to be Seok's friend, and they believe he is a member of a gang. Jin Seong and the group notice a boxing video game arcade machine as he carries his other self on his back. Suddenly, Jin Seong imparts to him the fundamental boxing stance. Seok finds his mother gazing at his sleeping body when he gets home from school the following day. He introduces himself as his roommate and friend despite his shock, and explains to her that Seok is taking a break because he is working the night shift. She is happy to learn that his son has a new friend and hopes to learn more about him. She declines to purchase a coffee because of the cost when the two arrive at a coffee shop, but he insists. His mother keeps bringing up Hyung Suk in the conversation and inquiries about her son's well-being. He reassures her that he's getting along with his friends because she is worried about him. Out of frustration, he suddenly recalls how he had previously treated his mother. His mother asks Bae-mi, who turns out to be working there, as they're about to leave, if she can take the boxes on the door with her, because he needs money for school. He finds out that his mother holds down 2 jobs. He worries about her because she makes her living by collecting scraps. She hands him cash to pay for the coffee she ordered before leaving. He is approached by Basco, who then drives him to a building site. Basco exhorts him to fight after accusing him of intimidating Seok. While he is still trying to process what is happening and in the midst of his confusion, Basco lunges at him, but he deflects his blows. He is once more attacked, and all he can do is avoid it. He inquires as to what it is all about. He must give him the money his mother earlier gave him, according to Basco. He starts to believe Basco is just another bully like his previous ones. He tries to punch Basco when he attacks him again but blocks the blow. He suddenly recalls what Jin Seong had taught him, so he adopts a boxing stance and positions himself to defeat him. Basco, however, avoids his blow. Fortunately, he turns around and knocks him out with his elbow. Basco walks into the convenience store wearing a patch over his face as Seok returns to working the night shift. He walks up to him and expresses regret over not getting the money back. Unsure of what he is talking about, he buys him a yogurt drink and assures him that he is not weak, rather, he simply needs to train. Seok tries to exercise after Basco leaves, but as he struggles, a stunning woman enters and notices him. He offers an apology to her out of embarrassment. She unexpectedly smiles at him, buys him a drink, and wishes him luck with his training, something that none of us will experience. Jae-ho and Seok develop a close friendship. He witnesses a vocal dance student being harassed by other students as he is walking down the hall. He walks right up to the bully, Ho-bin, without hesitation. Seok tries to assist the victimized student in getting to his feet after the bullies have left, but he declines to take his hand and walks away. The previous customer enters the store and welcomes him as he resumes his night shift. When he replies that he is still working out, she asks and smiles. He can't help but blush as he is so in awe of her beauty. Seok witnesses Deok HWA being bullied once more in the cafeteria. He rushes to them because he can't stand by and watch someone else get hit like he used to. Bullies get ready to fight Seok, but when Basco shows up, they decide to leave. Seok responds that he couldn't stand by and watch Deok HWA be bullied when Basco asks him why he tried to protect him. However, Basco doesn't accept him and threatens him instead. Deok HWA doesn't respond when Seok asks if he's alright and continues to be left alone as usual. But then he sees a crumpled piece of paper on the floor. When he reads it, he discovers that it is a torn application for a festival performance. He gives the form he taped together to Deok HWA the following day. Deok HWA shouts at him angrily and tells him to stop acting nice rather than being happy. He charges that he is only doing it for fame. He continues by saying that he is treating him badly so he can later make fun of him. Hanul is asked by Seok about the festival. She explains and invites him to participate because she thinks he can take home the top prize. He returns to the room and, as he cleans, is reminded of Hanul's inspiration. He's never had that said to him before, so he can't possibly perform on stage. He feels his heart flutter at the thought of performing. He is alone for so long that the only thing that makes him feel better is singing. When he thinks back to his mother complimenting his voice, which he disregarded at the time, he sobs. He considers Deok Hwa's form to be significant as he observes it. He sings when he is unhappy and hurt, just like him. He is shocked to see Deok Hwa waiting for him after the song is over. He hands him the form once more after being startled by the sight of his bleeding, bruised face. When Deok Hwa asks him to perform with him at the festival, he is even more shocked. Seok accepts Deok Hwa's invitation to practice their song at his home. Deok Hwa's skill as a composer astounds Seok. Jae-ho serves as their audience as the two continue to practice. Seok is getting better, but Deok Hwa cautions him against overusing his vocal cords. Seok uses both of his bodies to train constantly. The lovely lady hears him again while he is singing at his duty and gives him throat lozenges for his practice. She wishes him luck and he thanks her for her kindness. Later, when Jae-ho and Deok Hwa enter the store, he is shocked to see them. He introduces himself because Deok Hwa is meeting him for the first time in that body. All three of them talk about being bullied. What they're experiencing has destroyed their high life. Jae-ho is an errand boy, while Deok-hwa is routinely picked on in his class. The two learn that Seok shares their experiences and endures many of the same things. Jae-ho mentions Seok's other persona out of the blue and claims that meeting him altered the course of his life. Deok-hwa concurs. Because of his popularity and attractive appearance, many people mistrusted his kindness. Seok thanks them mindlessly after hearing their words, which melt his heart. Basco interrupts them and inquires as to the veracity of their claims regarding Seok. Although they attest to his goodness, he brings up the incident in which he caught him attempting to extort money from Seok's mother. But the confusion is finally made clear. The rehearsals for their performance are going well, and Jae-ho and Deok-hwa are both impressed by how quickly Hyung Suk improved. They are confident that they can successfully complete the festival performance. Seok sees the attractive woman from the convenience store walking around the campus during the school festival. He chases her, but she thinks he's hitting on her because of how attractive he is. He realizes it's his first time meeting her when she treats him less kindly than how she did when he was in his other body. He tries to stop her as she's about to leave, but the person she's with grabs his arm. Despite his firm grip and commands to back away, he manages to get away with it. The man follows it up with a powerful kick, which knocks him to the ground. Basco appears out of nowhere and introduces Seok to the man as his friend. The woman intervenes when the guy is about to strike them. Before leaving, she expresses regret for hurting them. Basco offers him a drink after he settles in, which is unusual for him. He quickly departs after saying his goodbyes and heads to the location of their concert. Their turn to perform is now. Seok makes a mistake on the first note because of the overwhelming crowd in front of him. He feels humiliated, and people begin to talk behind his back. Deok-hwa enters the stage as things are starting to get uncomfortable and immediately charms the audience with his rap. He listens to him as he sings heartfelt songs. He encourages him and brings to mind something he said earlier. His mother comes to mind first because she has always been his biggest supporter. When it is finally his turn, he sings enthusiastically, stunning the audience with his voice. He remembers all the highs and lows of his life as he sings and gets in touch with his inner self. The two triumphs in the competition after he gives his all during the performance. A man from a record label approaches them after their performance and compliments their skills. Deok-hwa is overjoyed and appreciative of the chance. However, he ends their exchange by handing Seok his business card. Seok declines it after observing Deok-hwa's disappointment. He meets Jae-ho and Deok-hwa in their usual hangout after switching to his other body. They view the edited version of their performance's video in which Deok-hwa's scenes are missing. He claims it's okay, though, and he'll keep penning great songs. Seok gives him encouragement and fervently asserts that people express their emotions through their music to the fullest extent. The stunning woman from before reappears as she watches the performance and realizes Seok is the man from the shop, revealing the existence of another overweight body. Seok tends to his other body while he sleeps and wakes up to his other body. He smiles as he gets ready for school and prepares for the forthcoming bright day. For more anime recap, click here to subscribe and watch more. Thanks for watching.